Sister wives Cristin and Meri Brown brings fans to tears. Recently, Sister Wives showed several bonds between the plural family that were very sweet, but one of the biggest impressions was between stars, Cristin Brown-Woolley and Meri Brown. During one touching scene, they had fans crying after seeing them together and relating with each other. Awkward encounters. Although Cristin Brown-Woolley has expressed that she and Meri Brown aren't close, they still have deep ties to one another through their many years of plural marriage. During Gwendolyn Brown and Beatriz Queiro's wedding shower, Cristin showed off her new man, David Woolley, and he even met her ex, Kobe Brown. But that wasn't the only tense encounter during the joyous occasion. While Meri and Cody are in a better place than they have been in years, Meri is still processing what it is like to be a divorcee. Likewise, all the former sister wives are tiptoeing through their interactions with each other. While Cristin has said she wasn't going to be friendly with Cody and Robin earlier in the season, they made an effort with each other for the greater good of the family. Unmistakably, the Browns' lives are complicated at best. Cody explains they are familiar strangers at this point. Undoubtedly, Cristin has been quick to let the whole world know how happy she is to be divorced. She connects with ex-wife Meri Brown in an emotional embrace. Cristin and Meri Brown brings fans to tears. During all the commotion, Meri Brown makes her rounds in the room to visit with the other attendees. She meets David Woolley and is very kind. Furthermore, Meri cracks a joke about being careful meeting people online after her terrible catfish experience. But their small talk gradually turned into a very special moment between Meri and Cristin Brown. When Meri responds to Cristin's question, "How are you?" Meri answers with a question, "So you know." Seemingly catching Cristin off guard, she tries to find words and then just says, "Yes," but follows with a more genuine, "You all right?" Meri pulls her in for a hug. Both squeeze each other with a full understanding of how difficult the decision to leave was for each of them. Although Meri Brown isn't completely sold on it being better on the other side, Cristin gently reassures her it is. On Reddit, Sister Wives fans discuss the beautiful moment between Cristin and Meri Brown. First, a user says, "Cristin and Meri's embrace and exchange of words." Then they add, "I teared up a little when Cristin and Meri hugged at Gwen's engagement party and said they loved each other. I know they won't be friends, but still wish each other well. Anyone else?" Other fans agree it was very moving. While Cristin Brown-Woolley doesn't want to be in the plural marriage anymore, she knows that Meri Brown is just beginning her journey away from Cody Brown. Someone else adds, "Best scene on the episode, I think. It was a total unexpected surprise, was heartfelt and hit me in the feels. I think Cody did what he could to stoke the fighters between his wives rather than try to build unity. He set up an environment where most seemed to feel insecure, minus Janelle, and played off that to feel like the big man on campus. I agree. It really touched me because these women have such a history together. And while maybe they were never close, they still both shared a commonality in that they raised their kids together and are seeing the family fall apart because of Cody. I hope someday maybe they can be friends once everything settles." Well said. This is the kind of stuff I love to see when it comes to the OG3 because every single thing you pointed out is fact. All three women deserve all the happiness in the world, although it'll probably never happen. I'd love for the three of them to bond together as a team and become close. Meri Brown made a grand gesture. Significantly, Meri Brown made the first move with Cristin, even though Cristin hadn't made any effort to be close after the split. Meri is still learning what the other side of marriage is, but she is working through the emotions and knows her sister wives and ex-husband are too. I thought it was a lovely moment, especially since Meri said it first, and you can tell she held onto that hug. It really emphasized how this goes beyond just divorcing Cody, and that Meri is mourning the loss of her former life and the life she anticipated. Meri is making this break/separation relatively alone. Leon has a life of their own. Her former sister wives don't talk to her. and the one that does likely guilts her for her decision. And she has made the very wise decision to not jump right into a relationship like Cristin. I wish Cristin could see that. Cristin left and had her many kids around her and immediately began dating. So she never really sat with the loneliness and can hype up how better it is on this side. But the transition is hard. In the quiet corner of a Utah coffee shop, Cristin Brown sat with her hands wrapped around a warm cup, looking out at the autumn leaves swirling in the breeze. Her gaze shifted when the door opened, and Meri Brown walked in, her eyes scanning the room until they landed on Cristin. They exchanged a tentative smile before Meri made her way over, her heart racing with a mix of anticipation and vulnerability. Neither woman had expected to find themselves here together. After all the years of unspoken grievances and lost chances, they hadn't been just sister wives. They'd been family, friends at one point, and yet they'd each moved to different emotional continents, unable to bridge the silence and pain. But today, for reasons neither could entirely explain, there was a mutual understanding, a sense of shared history too precious to leave without some attempt at resolution. Cristin gestured to the seat across from her, and Meri took it, placing her hands on the table, visibly nervous. The silence between them felt loaded, heavy with memories and regret. Cristin, sensing Meri's apprehension, decided to break the silence first. "It's been a long time," Cristin said, her voice softer than usual. "I wasn't sure if you'd come." Meri nodded, a small, strained smile crossing her face. "I wasn't sure I would either." She let out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. It felt like the right thing to do. Cristin nodded, and for a moment, there was only the sound of their breathing, their shared quiet drawing them together in a way words couldn't. They each took a sip of their coffee, the warmth seeming to thaw some of the chill between them. Finally, Cristin spoke again, her tone gentle but direct. "I've been thinking a lot about the past, Meri, about how we all drifted apart. I know things between us have never been easy, and I'm not here to dredge up old wounds. But I wanted to tell you that, despite everything, I'd always cared about you." The sincerity in Cristin's voice caught Meri off guard, and she felt a lump form in her throat. She looked down at her hands, fiddling with a ring on her finger as she tried to find the words. "I know," Meri whispered, her voice barely audible. "And I cared about you too. I didn't know how to show it. It always felt like there was this wall between us, and I didn't know how to break through it." Cristin leaned forward, her expression softening. "I think we both felt that way. We were in a situation that made us compete when we should have been able to just love each other. It wasn't your fault or mine. It was just complicated." Meri looked up, her eyes glistening with tears she tried so hard to keep hidden. "I know I hurt you, Cristin. I know I was closed off and maybe even cold at times. I don't think I realized how much it affected you or how much it hurt our family as a whole. I just didn't know what to do. And by the time I did, it was too late." Cristin reached across the table, gently placing her hand over Meri's. "I won't lie and say it didn't hurt. But I think I understand now. We were both trying to survive in our own ways. You needed walls and I needed freedom. But that doesn't mean we couldn't have tried harder for each other." Meri's hand trembled slightly under Cristin's, but she didn't pull away. She was surprised by how comforting Cristin's touch felt, like a balm she hadn't known she needed. "Thank you, Cristin. I think I needed to hear that more than I realized." They sat in silence again, letting the weight of unspoken apologies and forgiveness settle between them. Outside, the wind blew a swirl of golden leaves against the window, and inside, the two women seemed to mirror that quiet, natural beauty, each fragile in their own way, yet resilient. "I have to ask, Meri," Cristin said, breaking the silence. "Do you ever wish things had been different? That we could have been closer?" Meri took a moment to respond, her eyes distant as she considered Cristin's question. "I think about it all the time. I used to imagine us as more than just sister wives, like actual sisters. I wanted that so badly. I guess I just I didn't know how to make it real. Christine nodded, her expression thoughtful. I think we both missed out on that. But maybe it's not too late. We're here now. Maybe we can try to be friends, just two people who care about each other with no expectations.